Trump task force press conferences setting record ratings, but the media doesn't want you to see them, and we'll tell you why. And Joe Biden's struggling to make sense.
The bad news is people know me. The good news is they know me.
President Trump's coronavirus task force briefings are becoming must-see TV. They provide critical updates, health tips, and monster ratings. The average briefing now drawing over 8 million viewers on cable, more than The Bachelor, my favorite show. And Monday's marathon briefing drew over 12 million on cable, up there with Monday Night Football. Now, there are many reasons for this. People are home and they're thirsty for info, but also because these briefings are filled with compelling moments like these.
We have the Army Corps of Engineers so teed up and so stocked up, and they're really psyched, and they're incredible. And there's no games with these people. They're in there screaming, get it done, get it done. There's not like sitting around taking it easy.
How many deaths are acceptable?
Yeah. How many? None. Okay. How many deaths are acceptable to me? And none.
Saturday, had a little low-grade fever.
Uh-oh.
On Monday,
who are you with?
Did you speak with?
Who are you with?
I'm with Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Bloomberg News, Mario Park.
How's Michael doing? Good?
Mr. President, you tweeted earlier linking the closing of the country to your election success in November. Is this Easter timeline based on your political interests?
What do you mean by my election success? No.
You tweeted, you said that the media wants the country to remain closed to hurt your odds
No, I think the media, the media would like to see me do poorly in the election. I think it's very clear that there are people in your profession that write fake news. You do. She does.
Now, the media is, of course, not happy. They're getting full access, loads of questions, but they still hate it, and they want these things blacked out.
If it were up to me, and it's not, I would stop putting those briefings on live TV. Not out of spite, but because it's misinformation.
All these briefings are substitutes for the rallies. There's no question there. It's his outlet. It's his ability to command the stage. He knows he can dominate the newscast.
There's also Trump using this as a political platform to promote the messages that he is not able to promote at rallies because he can't hold rallies right now.
Seattle's NPR station is actually refusing to air the briefings because they're concerned about misinformation. Isn't that rich? The media concerned about misinformation? So what's really going on here? Back now with Steve Bannon. Steve, just 20 seconds on this, and let's get to China. What do you think here?
It's very powerful. Every day he gets up there and he walks through the power moves that he's doing to help the governors and to help the mayors, and that's why people are tuning in. They want that information. I think these things cannot stop. He's a wartime president. We're at war against one of the most dangerous enemies the country's ever had. We're in an economic crisis that he's solving with Congress. I think it actually needs to be expanded with other people, but President Trump's part of it, I think, is very powerful and must continue. The country needs it.
All right, and China accountable, real quick.
Okay, but look, we now know that China knew about human-to-human transmission. Look, President Trump is dealing with Xi at a level he has to deal with it. The two countries have to get along. The Chinese people, who are the most decent, hardworking people on earth, have been really terrorized, I think, by the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese Communist Party knew about this maybe as early as late November, and they didn't really fess up to human transmission until they couldn't hide it anymore. It's their biological Chernobyl, and they basically fessed up to it in mid-January. That is about 45 to 60 days this thing metastasized. The destruction in the world's capital markets, the destruction in pension funds, in value, in the human lives, from Italy to India to Europe to the United States and to China. Remember, they were the biggest victims of this, is on the doorsteps of the Chinese Communist Party. They are absolutely responsible for this, and they must be held accountable. You're seeing people in the Senate right now saying that, like Josh Hawley, Marco Rubio, Senator Cotton, are saying they have to be held accountable. I think every company that took a penny must sue them in federal court. I also think that any company that takes a penny must bring the supply chain back. And I got to tell you, the peoples of the world, and particularly
that should have been strings attached in that package.
We've got to get that back in there. And this is, by the way, the people that we're fighting for is also the Chinese people. These people are terrific. This is a totalitarian dictatorship. If you see what they allowed, they lied about what was going on in Wuhan to the people in Wuhan, and the doctors who were the heroes there, who exposed it, were tortured and forced to sign confessions. They were rumor mongers. These doctors went back, and Dr. Li, who's a martyr and a world hero, went back and died giving treatment to the people in Wuhan. That's the quality of people you have in China, and these are the monsters in the Chinese Communist Party. They must be held accountable.
Steve, always appreciate it.
Thanks,
Biological Chernobyl, unbelievable.
Thanks, brother.